Hey everyone, today we're going to be looking at the category of Best Original Screenplay. Now, the screenplay categories are considered to be very useful when it comes to predicting who's going to win Best Picture. Now, in adapted screenplay, Call Me By Your Name is the only Best Picture nominee there, so it's easily going to walk away with that. But what's interesting about this category is that we have the four films that are most likely to win Best Picture competing for Best Original Screenplay. So it's going to be tight figuring out what's going to win or what's going to be nominated. This is a very strong year for original screenplay, by the way. I think I would actually say that it's my second through sixth of the year when in Best Original Screenplay this round. I mean, The Post, I, Tonya, Darkest Hour, The Florida Project, all good screenplays as well. But I really like the selection of screenplays that they got. They're all very good. I am a little bit upset that Coco is not nominated because, seriously, you've nominated Pixar in the past. What's the problem? But at the same time, I understand that this year was super crowded, and for some reason, people don't like Coco. I'll never understand it. Anyway, here are the actual nominees for Best Original Screenplay. Fifth most likely to win is The Big Sick. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a great screenplay, and of the nominees, I'd currently rank it like my second favorite. But I just can't imagine it winning because it's the only film in this category that is not a Best Picture nominee. And it's also not nominated for anything else either. Like, people thought it would be a Best Picture nominee. People also thought Holly Hunter would be nominated for supporting actress, but that didn't happen. So this is the only representation of the film, and I can't even remember the last time they gave Best Screenplay in either category to a film where screenplay was its sole nomination. Maybe it happened once or twice in adapted, but original feels like a long shot. The screenplay is definitely very good, and people will vote for it, but the other four films have much more... Well, they're much more beloved by the Academy because they are Best Picture nominees. And it's also the four films that are gonna be in contention to win Best Picture. So, for that reason, I can't imagine The Big Sick's gonna walk away with this award, though I imagine it will get votes. Fourth most likely to win is The Shape of Water. Now, it's kind of crazy that a film that is one of the top contenders to win Best Picture is ranked number 4 in screenplay, but it's true. Actually, the film's nomination for screenplay was a bit of a shock, and a pretty telling sign at that. A lot of people thought that something else might get nominated, and it's a good screenplay, but the thing is, the screenplay is not the best part of the movie. It's not the part of the movie that people remember. It's a very director-heavy film. It's a very imagery-heavy film. Again, the screenplay is good, but when people think of the film, they're likely to not think of the screenplay. And so I can't imagine it's going to win, even though I imagine it's going to win a few other Oscars. The only way it wins is if Shape of Water just sweeps and takes everything, which is possible, but it seems very unlikely. Again, good film, good screenplay, and one of the top contenders to win Best Picture, but it seems a bit unlikely to me that it's gonna pull enough votes in screenplay. I think it'll win a few other awards, but screenplay seems far off. Even, like, it's a bit surprising that it even got nominated, because films like Titanic, Avatar, and Gravity have done very well at Oscars, even though they didn't get nominated for screenplay. So, I think the nomination is the win in this case. It's a good screenplay, but I very much doubt it's going to win. Third most likely to win is Lady Bird. Now here's where things start to get tricky. Lady Bird, this is a good screenplay, and it has all the makings of a winner. It's a film that's very unlikely to get any other award, and it's by a writer that a lot of people really admire, writer-director Greta Gerwig, and a lot of people might want her to walk away with something, and she seems very unlikely to win Best Director. So this could definitely happen. I could totally see a scenario where Lady Bird wins Best Original Screenplay. The reason I'm not predicting it is because it doesn't have a lot of serious wins up until this point. Like, it hasn't won anything major. And I think it could still win. I think it's still possible, but I ultimately have it third. I think Lady Bird, almost ironically, seems more likely to win picture than it does screenplay. And this is a film that we don't. I mean, it's like everything. Greta Gerwig is like 4 in her category, but everyone else, Saoirse Ronan's right there for the win. Laurie Metcalf's right there. The screenplay's right there, and the picture's right there. It's a good film, but I just can't imagine it. I think it still could win Best Original Screenplay, but I'm not going to predict it because this year is really, really crowded in that area. Second most likely to win is Get Out. Now, if you had said to me a year ago that Get Out was going to win Best Original Screenplay, I'd say, Get Out! Ha ha ha. But all jokes aside, it's such an unlikely winner. It's a horror movie with elements of satire, but a lot of people really do love the movie and the screenplay. I believe it won Gotham, and it also won at the WGA Awards, which is significant. Now, granted, Three Billboards was not considered eligible for the WGA Award, but it just feels... I think a lot of people really do like Get Out and want it to walk away with something, and it's not going to walk away with picture, director, or actor. I think at this point, picture seems possible, but director and actor are very unlikely. And I think a lot of people will want to give it something. So it could very, very easily win Best Original Screenplay. It'll get a lot of votes. I think Best Original Screenplay is going to be one of the more interesting categories to watch on Oscar night. A lot of people are going to want to see if Get Out or Lady Bird manage to win. Both films are beloved, and Lady Bird is considered the feminist film of the year, and Get Out is considered the more appropriate film of the year because it's about this racial inequality and casual white racism. I would have voted for Obama a third time, or as the new way of saying it is, I saw Black Panther 3 times. That's going to be the new line. But anyway, yeah, it's a good film, it's a good screenplay, and it's very layered, but I find it hard to believe that it's going to win, and the reason I say that is, number 1 most likely to win, my predicted winner, is 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Now, this has all the makings of a winner, in that it seems at this point to be the likely Best Picture winner. It seems to be down. Shape of Water is still in there, and even Lady Bird and Get Out are still waiting in the corner. But, I mean, they love the film already, and it's won a bunch of other awards. It won the BAFTA, it won... Get Out won a Critics' Choice Award. So, again, Get Out seems very likely. If not 3 Billboards, then Get Out. But, I mean, of the nominees, 3 Billboards is my favorite. I think it's a great, great screenplay, and it's really layered and dynamic, and it fleshes out all of its characters. It's a great screenplay, and Martin McDonagh has been nominated in this category before for In Bruges, and this film is seriously a Best Picture contender. I think it'll be weird if 3 Billboards wins Best Picture but doesn't win Screenplay. I mean, usually, almost always, the Best Picture winner takes Screenplay. Unless, there's a perfectly good reason why it did. Like, if it's a musical, like Oliver, or a very firm adaptation, like 1948's Hamlet, or even something like The Artist, which it was a silent film, and people, didn't want to give Best Screenplay to a silent film. I get that. But, I don't know, I just think it makes sense this year that 3 Billboards would win because it is the Best Picture frontrunner. If 3 Billboards does not win Best Picture, then maybe look for it to not... No. Okay, I said that wrong. If 3 Billboards does not win Best Screenplay, if Get Out or Lady Bird wins, then you can seriously look to Shape of Water taking Best Picture in the end. Which is weird too, because that's nominated and it's not... I don't know. This is a very, very weird year. But I think 3 Billboards is the film that makes the most sense as a winner in this category. And I could be wrong here. But if you look at the stats, 3 Billboards is the film that makes the most sense. Either way, Best Original Screenplay is going to be one of the most interesting categories to look at on Oscar night. Thanks very much for watching, and tune in next time when I talk about the category... Okay, I apologize. Tune in next time when I talk about the category of Best Visual Effects.